It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we got a beer from another YouTube channel, another beer reviewing YouTube channel that started up. I wish them the very best as far as they go. They're quite an interesting beer channel on YouTube because they're quite creative. They do quite a bit of singing. I mean, they've made a song about me on the channel, which I listened to and I thought was great, and I enjoyed it. I thoroughly did. And they're called the Hopper. Hopper Out, a beautiful IPA for beer-loving humans. It has a parental advisory, explicit content, 18 on the front of the can. It's a YouTube beer channel with language. It is, and there's no getting away from that. They've even put it on the front of the can there. This IPA is 4.2% ABV. They're called the Hopper Reviews. This beer was brewed. Now the guy's based in Barry who does this, same town as I'm from. But the beer's been brewed at a contract brewery in Surrey. Dunsfold Road, Coddelming in Surrey. And I think it's a good idea. It's a great way to promote your YouTube channel, isn't it? I do it via collaborations with other breweries. Collaborated with, blimey, quite a few breweries over the years. But this is interesting because it's kind of like it's in the Hopper Reviews control. It's in his control what he wants to do with this beer. He can go around bottle shops selling this beer if he wants to. You know, I've never had that kind of opportunity to do that with my collaborations because I always seem to travel about to do it. I did a bit of pushing with the Barry Island IPA. I did when that came out in 2012. We tried to organise a beer festival surrounded by that very beer, which would have been really cool, but it didn't quite happen at the time. Lots of issues around parking at the time, the Brains Brewery at the time, around the back of the train station at Cardiff Central. We were going to have the beer festival in the car park, but I think there was too much red tape. They couldn't get it through with red tape. This beer's got a one finger white head. Nicely carbonated. It's clear to look at, 4.2% ABV. Now let's get the aroma. And it's okay. I imagine how this worked was, it was, can I have an IPA made? A session IPA really at 4.2% ABV, and the people in Surrey were like, yeah, we can do that for you. Yeah, no problem. And that's what's happened. Smells okay. Hoppy. Touch of passion fruit, touch of mango, touch of grapefruit. Malt. Definitely a malt forward beer. Let's dive in. Cheers everybody. Yeah, it's I mean this with the greatest of respect. You can take it's come from a contract brewery. I've worked for breweries in the past, and I've gone in some mornings and you look at the whiteboard. Generally go in, look at the whiteboard, what's going on today. I used to work for the Celtic Experience Brewery in Caerphilly, and we used to brew for a brewery in Warwickshire. And Warwick. I think they're called Warwick Ales or something. Warwick beer. But it was brewed in our brewery in Caerphilly, South Wales. And it was like, you speak to the owner of the brewery, and it was kind of, or the owner of our brewery in Caerphilly, and you chat about it. And yeah, and you go like, yeah, we've come up with this kind of like generic IPA recipe for this company, and they're going to sell it. And it's just how it is. It's just how it is. To be honest, if I can give some constructive criticism back to the Hopper reviews, I think if you were going to do, I think you could have gone all out. I think you could have gone all out and like gone for something incredible. If you were going to do this, if you were going to kind of like base this around your YouTube channel and whatnot, because no doubt you're going to send this beer maybe to other reviewers, and they're probably going to say the same thing as I'm saying. It's a nice enough, I'd call it a session IPA, not an IPA, a pale ale, sort of 4.2% ABV. I don't think it's a beer that's ever going to win a ton of awards. It's just the fact that there's so many of these styles of beer out there. It's perfectly acceptable. It really is. It's perfectly acceptable. But I think if you wanted to make a big splash in the ocean, I think if you just wanted to say the Hopper reviews has arrived, then I think, boom, full-blooded, like full bash, full-blooded, should have gone for it maybe a little bit more. I hope my constructive criticism is okay for you. I hope that I've caused no offence. There's a bit of malt in there. There's a bit of biscuitiness in there. It's kind of like a little bit of like a marmalade, orange marmalade on rye sort of pale ale. If I was trying to find another beer out there which this beer tasted like, I would probably say something like an Elvish Juice from Brewdog, or maybe like a Dead Pony Club. If you went to buy a can of Dead Pony Club in 2025, I can imagine it tasting quite like this. Let me talk about where the beer came from. So the nearest beer shop. My good friend Lee at the nearest beer shop in Bridgend has this beer, because he brought it for me last week. He brought me this beer. Over 250 beers in store. Bridgend's home of quality drinks. You get 5% off when you use the voucher code Stone the Crows, and it's free delivery over £60. It's a fantastic shop. Everything's cold stored. Everything's in a fridge. Everything's cold stored. It's right by the train station. It's literally next to the train station in Bridgend. So if you found yourself a little bit delayed in Bridgend, by the train station, jump off the train, make your way to the nearest beer shop, which is around the corner from the train station. Get yourself some train beers, or if you want to drink, they deliver all around the country, and it's free delivery over £60. A beautiful IPA for beer-loving humans. I get it. Find this and other beers reviewed on the Hopper Reviews YouTube channel. Check out the Hopper Anthem by scanning the QR code below. Find the Hopper on social media and share our thoughts on this beer using #HopperOut. I mean, again, it's innovative. It really is innovative, especially in the YouTube beer world. I mean, this is probably the first time this has ever happened. And the channel's not that old. They've really come out, and they've come out swinging. They really have. And I wish them the best of luck. I wish them the best of luck. I really do. So my rating for the beer would be the same rating as I'd probably give a Brewdog Dead Pony Club. It looks good, it smells okay, and it tastes okay. It's contract brewed session IPA. I'm going to say 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Not bad, not great. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom, cheers.